Today is the day. I am quite determined to make a video about anime-related video games. Mato-san, I have prepared for you a new robot companion who will assist you on your quest. He knows far more about Japanese animation than you do. Meet Roboto-kun.
What is it?
Go ahead, Mato-san. Ask him something.
Okay. What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime is former Buffalo Bills MVP and alleged murderer O.J. Simpson.
He will improve over the course of your video. The night is still young.
I like Bleach.
Oh. Okay, I can get down with that.
Yum yum.
Animation has been part of the cultural zeitgeist for as long as there's been a modern culture. But it wasn't just North America and Europe that loved Mickey Mouse cartoons. There was enough to go around even for authoritarian regimes. That's right, the brutal Japanese Empire. When they weren't assassinating their political enemies or consolidating most of Eastern Asia, they loved Disney. Not sure if they cared for the World War II propaganda.
Oh, I beg my pardon. I bow my stomach at you. Very reverent. That's all right. Happy cherry blossoms to you, please.
But in the waning days of Japan's imperial power, and as they shifted to an open democracy, they made a crucial decision. This is great, but I prefer... Yeah, eventually Japan said, "We've had enough of your stuff, America. Have some of ours."
He's going over that cliff.
As if Pearl Harbor wasn't bad enough. But of course, a lot of the stilted and awkward dialogue was not due to the Japanese. Okay, a lot of the awkward and stilted dialogue was the Japanese. But some of it was American localization. We have to transform the scary foreign thing lest it invade the minds of our children!
Please. Please, no. I have a family. At least tell me who you are. Are you Gangnam Style?
Animes existed in North America for a long time, but most people didn't even know anime was from Japan until we started getting the adaptations from the popular manga serial Weekly Shonen Jump.
Roboto-kun, what are you doing?
I am studying the anime.
This is Golden Girls.
Foolish human. This is in fact a television.
Yes, Roboto-kun, yes, that's true. Yeah.
Ah ha 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 ha. This woman is very old.
And of course, a lot of the story of modern Japanese culture is a story of duality. Anime and video games. The first anime to get an adaptation from Shonen Jump's pages to really hit it big in the United States and Canada was, of course, Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball has games going back nearly 40 years. Gotta love the
classics?
This is Dragon Ball Dragon Daihikyu. It was released in 1986 for the Super Cassette Vision, whatever that is, and features a young Goku flying his trusty cloud Nimbus, brutally murdering innocent pigeons with a giant pink dildo. He's also really coked up and not very good at hiding it. Yeah. Oh no, officer, I'm sorry, I just had a lot of caffeine today. This game never came out in the West. The first Dragon Ball game to finally show the United States and Canada what the power of God and anime could do was Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, released for the PlayStation 1. So intense. hands.
Step into the Grand Tour, step into the Grand Tour, Grand.
What are you doing?
It is time. You must tell them.
No. I can't. I'm not ready for that. I'd have to get footage for research and everything. It'd be a huge mess.
I will sing the song.
No, please, listen. My body loves it, but my mind hates it.
Ya yo.
Okay. We'll get back to games in just 1 second. But there's important context here. Anime was still being Americanized well into the 2000s. In the early days of the internet, online anime was hard to get a hold of. It could take weeks before a raw file was uploaded to the internet, and decent fan subs could take months. It would take multiple years before an anime would get an official release in the West. And when they did, they'd be altered beyond recognition to suit an American TV Y7 rating. Of course, no company was more infamous in this regard than 4Kids Entertainment. And no project suffered more censorship and story bastardization than...
Yo! A desert toilet. A lovely way to describe it, Straw Hat. That makes you Desert Doo-Doo.
I'm angry and I'm wet.
I'm so happy for you, Luffy. I'm angry and I have a butt chin. One Piece is goofy on the surface, but peek under the hood and it has a bevy of dark themes, racism, murder, genocide, and many, many human breasts. And some not human breasts.
I would like to hear more about the animal memories.
Roboto-kun, you a freak! I think I can get down with you.
Mr. Baby, would you care to assist me in researching the anatomy of a horse?
Just had to take it too fucking far. Anime video games were finally being released in the West, but they still had to adhere to the versions of the anime that were being shown on American TV. In 2006, Namco Bandai would release One Piece Pirates Carnival in North America, a mere 10 months after its release in Japan. But a massive amount of content was cut from the final release, and the content that was still intact...
The fools!
What?
Stealing treasure from those who earned it. That gives me such pleasure.
should have burned down in a warehouse. At least One Piece was lucky enough to get releases in North America. Bobobo and Gintama are two examples of popular anime that never saw their Japanese games even release over here. It looked like the anime industry in America was always meant to be either obscure or kidified. Sorry, Roboto-kun. Looks like this is the end of the story.
Kage Bunshin no Jutsu.
In 2005, Naruto would officially premiere on Cartoon Network's Toonami block.
Naruto, 1 hour premiere Saturday, September 10th at 9. Only Toonami.
Through an agreement between Naruto's Western licensor Viz Media and Cartoon Network, Naruto would be aired in prime time with a lightly edited TV PG version of the show. Naruto would go on to massive success in the United States, without changing character names or drastically altering the mood or vibe of the source material. Even Naruto's original Japanese openings would air unaltered on primetime Cartoon Network. After a brief stint of playing an original Western opening comprised of whatever incomprehensible nonsense this is. Yeah, probably for the best they didn't keep that one around. Naruto would not just be a turning point for the anime industry in the US and Canada. It would change how anime games would be released as well. The standard would become completely unaltered content with Japanese and English voice options. Kind of. They're still trying to get the standards sorted out for the audio track thing. Naruto and Dragon Ball Z get fully decked out English localizations. In the early days they were presented dub only, but now it's standard to have both English and Japanese voice options. However, Shonen Jump crossover games that heavily feature Naruto and Dragon Ball are presented with exclusively Japanese voiceover options, presumably because it would be a nightmare to gather all the VAs all over the industry, but almost all of these series represented are dubbed by one of two companies, so so maybe they're just lazy? One Piece initially saw releases exclusively in English when it was being dubbed by 4Kids. When Funimation took over to give One Piece a more faithful dub, that dub was used for one game. And then One Piece games stopped being released altogether in the US and Canada. One Piece games would finally resume being released over here after a 5-year hiatus with One Piece Pirate Warriors. And since then, they've been exclusively in Japanese. No English at all, despite the Funimation dub still going to this day. My Hero Academia's newest fighting game didn't have a dub, and then it was patched to include one. Attack on Titan's games get dubs. Or they did. Now they don't. Death Note is a massively popular anime and had a huge cultural influence in the West. For a brief time in the mid-aughts, there's a real chance it was the most popular anime around. New game, no dub. Yu-Gi-Oh's games are exclusively dubbed when they have voice options. They also, to this day, use the changed names 4Kids instituted for their dub all the way back from the early 2000s, which is probably smart, honestly. I don't think I've ever met someone as incensed about Yu-Gi-Oh! Not sticking to its lore-accurate roots as, say, One Piece. I'm sure they exist, though. Ugh. They have called Jonochi Joey for the last time. I am going to write their name in my Desu Note.
Please stop. You are making me uncomfortable.
Oh, no, it's okay, Roboto-kun. It's just a skit. It's meant to be funny.
It cannot be funny as I did not laugh.
Right. I'm talking about like the intention.
Weeb.
I am not a
weeb.
At least let me give you context. So Naruto changed things for the better. But what are anime games like generally? What's the quality bar here? I don't know. What do you want from me? You think I played all these friggin' games? You think I played Bleach Soul Resurrection? I didn't. I haven't, I swear. But yes, throughout the years, I've played a few anime games, so I think it's time for a... Do you like playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Good, me neither. And this game plays nothing like the real card game and is instead an RNG nightmare. 3 out of 5. I love playing as all 4 playable characters in this game.
You joke! The main course is about to be served.
Make it stop. Nice. Nice. Nice!
God, this is worse than trying to pick a Netflix show.
Wow, it's like I'm really there. I can practically feel Sasuke being a whiny bit. This game should be considered a war crime. You know, the overlap between the gaming industry and the anime industry has been an interesting thing to see unfold. I still remember a time when even for the very most important series, it wasn't a guarantee we'd see international releases. But as anime has gotten bigger, it's flourished as an art form all its own here. After decades of trying to hide any remnants of a foreign culture, slowly, over the last 30 years, anime and anime-inspired media have thrived for being its own thing. There is plenty of Western media that inspires and shapes the world. But sometimes, broadening your horizons is an opportunity to find resonance with something that couldn't have reached you close to home. Of course, I'm speaking purely hypothetically and philosophically. I can appreciate anime for what it is, but it never really clicked with me. I guess I'm just kind of more of a Marvel guy, or, you know, I really like sports.
Oh yes, speaking of sports, I found this clip of you online.
What clip?
It feels crazy to see how far One Piece has come. It didn't used to be this big, and now it's everywhere.
Weeb.
I'm not.
Weeb.
I am not a.
Weeb. Weeb.
You are completely misrepresenting me. I am not a. That is not what it looks like.
Alright, time to play this new Death Note game that just came out.
I start the game up, everybody. Let's go.
Please leave, Matt.
Anime was a mistake.